2 years after Kevin Costner's exit from Yellowstone, Taylor Sheridan officially has the last laugh over the actor. What started as an inspired collaboration ended in a less-than-ideal way, when the producer extraordinaire had a falling out with the lead star of his crowning jewel. When Yellowstone premiered in 2018, Costner's casting as John Dutton III immediately increased the interest for the series. Aside from his stellar career, the actor's ties to the Western genre helped establish Sheridan's budding TV empire as a sustainable franchise. Unfortunately, at the height of Yellowstone's popularity on Paramount Network, the series was hit with internal turmoil. Based on reports, a falling out between Sheridan and Costner was threatening the future of the series. Ultimately, Yellowstone had to kill John III when the actor decided not to return for the remainder of the project. While there were also other factors that contributed to its end, it's safe to say that Costner's exit was a big driving force for the show ending after season 5, but Sheridan comes out on the other side stronger. Taylor Sheridan has successfully relaunched Yellowstone without Kevin Costner Paramount, via MovieStills.db. A year and a half later since the Yellowstone finale, Sheridan's latest TV pursuits officially gives him the last laugh over the feud. While the producer has other successful projects, such as Landman, Tulsa King, and most recently, The Madison, the Duttons remain as his most iconic characters. Despite having to end the flagship, Sheridan has now successfully relaunched Yellowstone without Costner, with sequels starring John III remaining kids. This new era of Yellowstone storytelling was kicked off back in March with Luke Grimes' Marshals, which follows Case as he embarks on his new path after the unexpected death of Monica. Marking the very first Sheridan-backed show on traditional broadcasting, the project debuted late in the 2025 to 2026 TV cycle, but it immediately managed to shoot up the ratings for CBS. Several weeks later, Dutton Ranch premiered on Paramount+, which is more like Yellowstone in terms of format. Regardless of the difference in storytelling approach, both shows are extremely popular, being some of the most watched shows of the year thus far, and could go on for long without the franchise having to rely on Costner's John III. How moving on from John Dutton III strengthens the Yellowstone franchise. While Yellowstone was technically an ensemble series, it's no secret that Costner's character was at the center of its storytelling. This was by design at first, since the actor was the show's face. That said, it also reflected on its storytelling. Every plot line was tied to John III, somehow. He was the nexus of all the moving parts of the show. Beth and Rip operated with him as their priority, while both Case and Jamie had to fall in line when dealing with him. While John III's death defined the Yellowstone ending, moving on from the tragedy has resulted in 2 separate successful shows for Sheridan. This doesn't mean that Marshals and Dutton Ranch are just forgetting their ties to John III. The character's presence still looms large in both of Case and Beth's new lives. In fact, the Paramount Plus neo-western has had countless references to the Dutton family patriarch, highlighting how much he really meant to Carter's parents. In terms of narrative, paying homage and regularly remembering him makes sense. Only this time, he's no longer the center of the Yellowstone franchise.